Hi everyone, so this will be just for forexvox clients or subscribers, community I guess is the best way to put it. It's 16 minutes past 11 in the morning, Wednesday today, the 20th of May. So I'm just going to run through a couple of the charts. What I've got is a 15 minutes going up to 1 hour, going up to 2 hours, 4 hours and daily. So really I'm looking at lower time frames and just looking at what the overall conditions are. The US indices, or the indices, are bullish. A lot of them are climbing to the upside. The concern I have, which is valid, is they're all approaching kind of the resistance levels at the top of their ranges. So I'm going to basically pass on those for now and move on to currency. So US dollar basket. The issue with this is it can't let go of 100. It's basically obsessed with this particular level here. And there's no clear trend. If you look at it here, it's kind of bobbing to the downside, and it's just a little bit volatile. And again, it's very messy, especially on the 2 hour time frame. So the issue is that there's no clear trend with the US dollar at this point in time. Okay, and so that's going to potentially impact some of the other majors. So what I'm going to be looking for when I look at the other majors is to see if any of those have a very strong trend. If they are, despite the US dollar's inactivity, if they are showing a very strong trend, then I will go have a look at the crosses on that pair. So if you're wondering why euro dollar is not going anywhere, it's largely because the US dollar is not going anywhere, or because the euro is not going anywhere. So it's not always just going to be about the first currency as well. Again, I'm still more bearish on cable. It's coming back into a previous level of support, and this is a great area where it is right now. It's a really good area for it to potentially start going short. What I would prefer to see on this is to see it start to head towards breaking the lows on the 2 hour time frame. So in other words, I want to see this shift from an uptrend, and it is already in a downtrend, lower highs, lower lows. I prefer to see that because I want to see this starting to turn around. If by the end of the day today there's a nice little red candle there against that level of resistance, I will be looking for a break of the low of that as a swing trading opportunity tomorrow and intraday opportunities tomorrow. So effectively I don't have to stress too much about it today. It'll really be showing its true colors tomorrow. Aussie dollar, so the Australian dollars is still within a range, I might add, on the daily. It's looking quite strong, but again, if it does start to head low, it's also in an area where it can change and start to head low. So no real opportunities at this point in time. A little overextended anyway, and to the upside. Okay, Kiwi dollar, also a New Zealand dollar looking nice and strong, still within messing with its range. Here's it's technically in a downtrend, but you can see it's not a very strong downtrend. It's kind of deep retracements, falls a bit, deep retracements. So there's mixed issues there, which means also as it approaches these levels of resistance, that's going to be an issue. Dollar yen. Dollar yen is drifting in a very kind of sluggish fashion to the downside, and actually as soon as you go to the slightly higher time frames, it's trending upwards. So that is not that great either. Dollar Swissy, right now on the lower time frames, dollar Swissy is looking the nicest. It's coming into a level of support right where it is now, a bounce. It's overextended on the 2 hour time frame, so a retracement back up into 9700 would be ideal. Okay, which means that I'd be cautious about getting in now, but certainly a pullback into the moving averages here is going to be quite appealing to me. Then, so dollar Swissy looking pretty good there. Dollar CAD sitting close to levels of support on the daily, so concern there. So basically so far dollar Swissy looking the best. Now I'm going to go across and have a look at the Euro pairs. Nothing on Euro GBP, just a mess. Euro Aussie, pretty much just a mess. Euro Kiwi, potentially broken through this level of support. There might be some shorting opportunities there, and it is heading low on the 2 hour time frame. There's no clear direction on the daily, so potentially shorting it there for today. Maybe a setup there. Euro yen sideways, nothing. There's nothing going on there. Euro Swissy hitting low, so that's interesting. So far Euro Swissy and dollar Swissy showing some bearish potential today. Euro CAD, nothing. Look at this, complete mess, nothing going on there. Pound Aussie drifting lower, so that's potentially cool. Definitely I want to keep an eye on support levels down here. So Pound Aussie potentially the case. Pound Kiwi, look at the lows here. So some support here, then it breaks through, pulls back, then it moves a little and pulls back. This is showing signs of reversing soon, meaning it's going to start coming back up. It's not very happy. So I bet you there's some bullish divergence on the indicators there. Pound yen, nothing happening just yet. The higher time frames for hourly setting up with a bullish candle, so it could be going long, but there's a downtrend. It's just a mess. So cautious there. Pound Swissy. Pound Swissy drifting lower. I'm looking at the downtrend here, so potentially a bearish candle set up at the end of day there. So possibly some of the GBP pairs showing swing shorting opportunities towards the end of day. Aussie Kiwi coming back down on the daily in an uptrend, so there could be a long opportunity later in the day. Aussie Yen is trending good. So I like the look on the daily. I beg your pardon when I say trending good, not the best language, but I like the look of the daily here. So and it looks like it's just about to take off from the 2 hourly time frame. So if I want to trade lower time frames, this is probably a good time. Going down, say 5 minutes, potentially I'll stick around that 15-minute, 30-minute time frame. So Aussie Yen to the upside, Aussie Swissy not going anywhere, Aussie CAD break into the upside. Look at that level of strong level of resistance there, and this mess, complete mess, but it's really trying to break free of that. So that might be something over the next week that starts to trend a bit better. Kiwi Yen at the top of a range, nothing, stay away. Kiwi Swissy, a mess. Swissy Yen, it's moving. It's a Swissy pair and a Yen pair as well, so pullbacks into these might be good for long opportunities. It's in an uptrend on the daily. Some long opportunities appeal to me, especially off levels of support here on that time frame. CAD Yen is not going anywhere. CAD Swissy looks like it wants to head lower, but the daily looks a bit messy, so I don't like that. Gold is looking nice and bullish, so that looks like that wants to break out. That looks like that's about to break out actually, and then start to head up, so that looks good so far. Spot silver also looks like it wants to break through and out. It's still overextended on the daily, so I am a little concerned about that. I'd be looking for bearish divergence here. A little concerned about that, because what could actually happen in one scenario is it does break out, but then stalls and then starts to, and then fails. If it finds there's just not enough buyers above that level. Crude oil, okay, so this one is going largely sideways, but look at the lows here. So they're kind of flattening out, and we're starting to produce slightly higher lows here. So what this is trying to do is to creep to the upside. Okay, it's trying to creep to the upside. So that's interesting, because that looks leaning more to, but it's just a mess. Look at that. Brent starting to push up. So oil is looking a little bit bullish. So actually they might, in the US session, make another attempt to climb higher. And Bitcoin, let's have a look at Bitcoin. How are we doing there? Okay, so still not able to get through that 10,000 level. That's a strong level here. And it's not really showing much. And there's not much potential profit there. So I'm going to pass on Bitcoin for now. I need to see it basically get pull back further or break up through that. And Ethereum is just going largely sideways. So a lot of these are just, there's not much happening. So yeah, if you're feeling that you're looking through the markets and you don't think there's much going on, you're not wrong. There's definitely very little going on. I'm liking some of the GBP pairs, Swissy pairs, maybe some of the Yen pairs, and that's kind of it, potentially. All right, thank you.